Hey guys, what's up? I'm creating this video. We had some technical difficulties when we tried to do our negotiations, so our discussion did not get recorded, due to which, so I'm going to kind of just break that down of what we did discuss and kind of just summarize it so that there's a HOA on this. So first and foremost, our group consisted of Tyler Lovell and Misha Barber, and I played the role of Georg. Michael was played by Tyler, and Fook was played by Misha. And throughout our negotiation, which I don't know if we were supposed to reveal this or not, but we ended up revealing it, of what our goals were to try to do. We felt justified in doing this because we felt if a team wants to have true openness and collaboration, they would be willing to share that information with each other. With that being said, moving forward, we felt like, well, for me first as Georg, first and foremost, we felt that before adjusting any numbers, we felt that it was okay for Warren to keep his 1% for being a part of the founder's idea. So we left that at that. The only person that seemed to really affect was Fook. If his number went down, then Fook might get more points. My overall goal as Georg to be successful was simply to have more than a negative 115 points. Fook was going for a positive 40, and Michael was going for a positive 220, I believe. Unfortunately, Tyler's had some issues with the Harvard Business program, and so he was no longer able to access his information, and so we weren't able to run the numbers. But here's what we came up with that I think will work well. So our final numbers that we came up was, so starting out with the proposed plan of 45, 28, 26, what we did is we dropped Michael 4 points, and we increased Georg by 1 to 29, and we gave 3 points to Fook at 29, which made Georg and Fook equal. We left Fook then at $70,000 as an income, and for the seed equity, we realized that in order for Fook to receive any score at all, Fook needed some percentage of the seed equity, otherwise he wasn't going to be a part. So we gave him the lowest available option, which is the 45 to Michael and Georg, and 10% to Fook. So that gave some to Fook, and then all of a sudden they got scores. So running those numbers alone, the only real factor was Michael lost a little bit of seed equity, and he lost 4 total percentage points of his proposed 45%, leaving him at 41%, which that gave him 41% total. Still left him though with I believe it was an additional 5% higher than the original November plan. So nonetheless, I expected him to be happy with this, knowing he's still getting a little bit higher than what was discussed. But without being able to run his calculator to see if that gave him his positive 220 score that he wanted, we're not sure if this was the final decision. Here are some factors that we took into account, though. All three of them had previous experience where they could rely upon agreeing in an understanding matter that you receive what you earn. There was no freebies. There was not going to be anybody allowed to have more than a fair share. And so with that being said, it was more understanding for Michael to receive more than the original agreement because he was putting forth more effort. So that was understood. Georg realized that he was in some situations where he may not be able to contribute fully. So I think he was happy with the 28%. Being able to get just that extra percent of 29 was going to make him happy. Safely put me within reach of my goal as playing the role of Georg. With that being said, it also helped out Fook because getting the 10% seed equity and then the additional 3%, whether it was my points or not, it stressed that it was supposed to try to get some from Georg, but it didn't matter. Fook was happy to get just an increase in percentage. So giving Fook some additional incentive, if you will, Fook achieved his goal as well. So the only one we just really weren't sure about was Michael's. Hopefully the numbers we gave worked out for Michael. If not, we would have been happy to negotiate more in the understanding that bringing up Fook's percentage points from 26 to 28 to match Georgs, that alone would have worked better for both, uh, for Georg and Fook, which wouldn't be quite as much away from Michael, which may have helped his score as well. Again, just not able to quite tell, which is unfortunate. Um, Nonetheless, though, I think that was kind of just the understanding of the case going forward. There was great camaraderie between everybody, and talking and working with what we could, some better understanding, and hopefully everything works out. Um, Full credit to Misha and Tyler, though. They both showed up and did participate with the numbers they could, and these are the numbers we came up with that seemed to help meet most of the goals we were trying to achieve. So I'm curious to see how it does end up. Other than that, thank you, Misha, for showing up, and thank you, Tyler. I apologize for not being able to record it. Like I said, we were unable to record it due to Tyler not being able to access his calculator and knowing what his valuation was. And so we didn't quite go through. We just shared numbers of what we projected would accomplish the other desired goals. So thank you, and look forward to trying this again.